Hello, hello. Hey everybody. Hey Mike. Hey GT Junior. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Sorry I'm running late today and I missed my live last week. Life is life and so what's going on everybody? What's going on? I'm telling you, it is good to see you here tonight. I'm glad. Um Thank you for dropping in and spending some time with me. Yeah. I am glad to be here, GT Junior. I am glad to be here. This last week has been tough for me, but um, life is life. There you have those days, and so it is what it is. Um, I've been a little bit sleepy today too, but I've been pushing myself because if I sleep too much, then I have really vivid and disturbing dreams. And it's so funny. I was telling a friend of mine when we were talking the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, I've been dreaming a lot lately." And I was like, "But it's probably because I'm sleeping too much." I was like, For many years, I didn't dream at all because I never got enough sleep. For years, I lived on four 4 hours of sleep a night, which is not enough sleep for me to get into a deep REM cycle and to dream. So I didn't dream for a lot, or at least I didn't remember dreams. But um, now it seems like I dream a lot. Anyways, y'all, it is so nice to have a nighttime temperature in the 70s. Weather for Montgomery. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 71 degrees Fahrenheit. 71. Do y'all hear that? Not 90. 70. And the wind is blowing from the east northeast at 7 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 90%. It's been raining. It's rained every day for the last 3 or 4 days. Not constantly, but heavy showers. Um, yeah, heavy showers. Um, so yeah, it's been raining. Um, and the rain has cooled it off quite a bit. And I'm glad because I'm losing stuff right and left in the garden. The weeds have taken over my main garden bed. I think did a little short showing that. It's not really, the weeds have not really taken over. There's a bunch of sweet potatoes in there. But yeah. Weather for Minneapolis, conditions are partly cloudy with a temperature of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the southeast at 5 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 64%. Yes, yes. I've tasted ground cherry before too, Mike. I like ground cherries. Yes, you're warmer than I am, GT Junior. Wow, it's supposed to be back hot Thursday through Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna get hot again. I'm gonna try to take advantage of some of these cool temperatures though and get out there and see if I can get at least part of the bed turned over and get some fall planting done because I want to have some stuff. Oh, you haven't tasted a ground cherry before? Oh, I have. Um, I've grown them before, and I've grown two different ones. And I can't remember the name of them. But one of them was the pineapple one, and that one's really good. And then the other one, I can't remember what it was called. And that one's a little bit more tart than sweet, but it was good too. And then when I was in Germany, they sell them at the store, at the market. And so a friend of my brother's bought some for him, and I tore them up. They taste like fruit stripe gum to me. Hmm. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to actually taste one again to see. But I did like them. I definitely did like them. And I didn't grow any this year. And it doesn't matter because even if I had tried to grow some this year, they would be dead. It seems like everything out there is not thriving. Nothing's thriving. In fact, I'm losing some of my trees to the heat, just not it's being too hot and not getting them watered often enough. And I'm mad about it because I should have done better. I'm mad about it, but it is what it is. Yeah. Um, it is what it is. But I should have done better with that. I think I got a video Tuesday on them. Okay, cool, cool. I have seed for them. In fact, I think I bought new seed for them this year, and I had every intention of growing some, but for whatever reason, I never got around to planting them. Um, I had a lot going on this year. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot going on this year, but it is fig season. Um, and my figs are producing quite well. I need to get out there and harvest some. The birds are having a field day on, but my fig tree is so big that they leave some for me. So the birds have their share and I get my share. I've got a bunch in the refrigerator right now. I'm gonna dehydrate them um, because I'm getting between 4 and 6 every other day. And so yeah, I've got a bunch in the refrigerator right now. I'm gonna just slice them in half and put them in the dehydrator. Um, they keep they don't keep for a long time that way, but they keep longer than they do just fresh. And so yeah. And I was noticing that across the street, my neighbor has a fig tree on the outside of their fence about the same size as the fig tree that I've got behind my fence. My little fig tree, my black mission fig, is not um, did not produce this year, but it's growing and it's looking good. It's getting a little bit of shade, so I think that's helped keep it alive. Let's see. I got a video Tuesday. I harvested 3 on Sunday, 8 today. My inside fig on the tree is near tennis ball. Whoa, that's big. Turning brown. Okay, not soft or droopy yet. Yeah, the Celeste fig um they vary between just a hint of golden to a deep purple. But once they get soft, I pull them. It doesn't matter to me if they are a little bit green still or yellowish still. Once they're soft, I pull them because if I don't, I know the birds are going to tear them up. But it's funny because even the deep purple ones sometimes are not soft, and it's like the birds are going to get that one. The birds go for the color. I think. I don't know. Maybe they don't, but it seems like the birds go for the color, and so the deep purple ones seems like those are the ones that the birds get most of the time. But sometimes they're not soft, and sometimes you can't pull them. It's like you pull them and they're like really hanging on. It's like you don't want me to pull you. So yeah, mine's safe inside, so I'm letting them get right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A couple. I've got one in a container that I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I really need to put it in the ground somewhere because I don't want it to die. I've lost a couple plants. Well, I've got 2 blueberries that are looking really poorly right about now. I'm hoping that they'll come back, but they may not. And then I have one fig that's not looking really good right now. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Um, But I'm not mad about it. That's one thing I can say. I am not mad about it. Um, I can say when it comes to gardening, um, you're gonna lose some things from time to time. I mean, you can do the best you can, but you know, you're just gonna lose some things from time to time. And the other thing is, I'm not here all the time. Yeah, your blueberry probably won't make it. Yeah. Well, I can say, one thing I can say is that my blueberries gave me blueberries this year. I had to cover them with the netting, I got the bags and I covered them with the netting, but they gave me blueberries and they produced a lot of blueberries this year. So um, I'm not mad at them. I am not mad at them, and they are in containers and probably not in the best spot. So I was thinking about moving them under the my big cypress tree so that they would get so they'd just be cooler because it's just been so hot. Um, so I was thinking about that. But I don't know. I'll do what I have to do. Yeah. Otherwise, my green stalks are doing well. I've managed to keep them watered. One is in partial shade, one is in full sun, and I've managed to keep them watered pretty well. The one that's in full sun, um, it didn't do well. It just, some of the things in there did really well. Like my basil in there did really well. I had the lemon basil, my lime basil, my holy basil in there, and that did beautifully. Some of the beans, green beans on the bottom did pretty good, but the green beans on the top, they couldn't handle the heat, and so they didn't do um, so well. Now the one that's in partial shade, it gets the morning sun and then it's shaded for the rest of the day. It's right up against the house though, so it gets a lot of the heat, but it doesn't get the direct sun. That one has produced a lot. That's the one that has most of my herbs in it, and so I've got a lot of different herbs in there. Maybe I'll do a little video and show that one. They're not huge, but they're alive. They're alive, and I really didn't expect them. I honestly didn't expect them to do well. Just because, I mean, you've only got those pockets are like 10 inches deep. Um, but just keeping the moisture level in there, I thought it was going to be more difficult than it was. But they didn't dry out as bad as I thought they would. And so, yeah, if you had a sunny deck, you do a green stalk. You can, yeah, well, no, whatever. Mine are, like I said, one is on the patio, next to the house, and it gets morning sun, and it just gets morning sun. By noon, it's in the shade. And then the other one is on a, it's kind of on a patio too, but it's a little pad that my husband poured to put the grill on. That's away from the patio, but it's kind of away from the house, and so that's where it is. And it's full sun. It is absolutely full sun, and so the one side of it, and this one doesn't have the spinner on it, so it's stationary. And so one side of it gets more direct sun than the other side. And yeah, like I said, some of the things over there are doing well. That one's got my a couple of my peppers are in there. And I do have peppers. Well, I had peppers on there. I need to go out there and check it. But yeah, I had peppers. I have a bell pepper over there, and I got a Leisure pepper, or two or three. I'm not sure how many over there actually. But I've got some peppers over there, and they were looking pretty good. At least two of them had peppers on them, so yeah. And so because it's round, um, I'm trying to say this side gets the morning sun, this side gets the evening sun, this side gets full sun, and this side gets mostly morning sun. So this part gets mostly morning sun, and then this part gets mostly evening sun, and then that part gets full sun. Yeah, I got one pepper plant producing, the rest are a fail. Plant 30 varieties. Oh my goodness, it's been hot. I mean, it's been hot, and I have to say, okay, I have to say that with the summer heat, um, this summer has been Here it's been really difficult because the it's been so hot and the rain has been sporadic. When the rain comes, it's not enough. So you definitely have to keep watering. But then just when you want to water, it rains when you would be watering. And so it's like, I'm not going to stand out there in a thunderstorm and water. But if I don't water right now, then I'm not going to get to water until, in the morning and then it might be raining again, but it's not going to be enough. So it's one of those kind of situations. So it's been hard to keep things well watered. Um, my citrus is looking horrible. So far, I think all of it's still alive, but none of it's looking good. Everything that had flowers on it, they've, yeah, they don't anymore. It dropped all their fruit. My apples dropped their fruit. They didn't do anything. So it's like the bugs got most of my peaches. So I had lots of peaches, but the bugs got most of them. Had lots of plums, but the squirrels got most of my plums. So yeah, it's just been a year. It has just totally been a year. But you know what? Like I said, it's part of it. It's part of it. Some years are better than others. Some crops are better than others. I did really good with green beans this year. I did really good with sweet peas this year. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a good crop of sweet potatoes this year. My cowpeas are producing. Cowpeas are cowpeas are survival food. They will give you food. They will give you food. Mine are out there producing. I can pick cowpeas every day, and I didn't plant a single one this year. Nope, not a one did I plant this year. Um, but they're given. So I think my walking onions are still alive. I need to check them and make sure. Um, my scallions, my green onions, they're doing fine. I've got them everywhere. I dropped a bunch of seeds in a container, and as they popped up, I moved them and put them in different containers all over everywhere. I have them everywhere, so I have scallions galore. That's one thing I have. I need to harvest and freeze some, but they'll do fine. They'll be fine. Oh, that's pretty. I need a drink. Cheers, y'all. This is good. It's a black cherry lemonade. It's good. But yeah, that's just how it is. Um, with gardening. Like I said, sometimes you have real good luck and sometimes you don't. My cucumbers, I planted cucumbers everywhere. The cucumbers in the green stalk produced. Not a lot, but they produced. I think I got maybe four, and then they died, and I planted some more. And so, and then some of them died back, and I trimmed them back, and they got flowers on them. So yeah, I'm gonna go out there tomorrow and see if I have any out there. I may have some to harvest tomorrow, but I just planted some more. I planted them probably four times, maybe four times. So yeah, um, but yeah, certain things are doing well. A butterfly pea um, came back in one spot, came back from last year. I planted some this year. I don't know if it's out there in that mess with all them weeds or not, because I haven't seen any flowers on that. But the one that came back is doing good. Hey, guys, it's are for me. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in and spending some time with me. Oh, goodness. Whew. I was just talking about some successes and failures in the garden, mostly failures this year, but it's okay because it is. I'm doing pretty good. Life's been lifing and I've been struggling with it, but it's okay. Everybody's okay. Um, so there's that. My boys are in touch with me. I've talked to them pretty regular this summer. They were doing good. Both are working and doing well. Getting ready for next semester in school. Their last semester, both of them, their last semester. So we're excited for that. Um, and my husband and I are both doing well. So yeah. Um, I'm trying to stay busy, but not too busy. Just trying to have a balance, I don't want to get too much on my plate and then not be able to do it. And then and that's another thing. I need to follow through on a couple of things I had promised people that I would get done for them, and I haven't gotten it done yet. And so I'm sitting here. This is so funny. I'm looking um at my screen, and I see that thing in the picture. There's actually a little photograph in the corner of that picture, and I see that. I'm like, it's something on my screen, and I'm trying to clean the screen off. Like, girl, that's the photograph. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. Um, y'all know I talked about it before. I have um chronic depression, and so it's something I live with, and there are times when I'm low, when my energy is just low and I just can't, and I cannot, and then there are other times when I'm fine, and so I go through those cycles, and it's one of those things. When I go through a cycle, I just give myself a little bit of grace. I try not to commit to doing um too many things when I'm in a low like that. I try not to commit to too many things, and then I also give myself more time to do the things that I have to do. Like, I won't make appointments. I won't commit to anything during that period of time. And if anything that I have to do, I give myself way more time to get it done. And then and knowing that I'll come out the other side. Eventually, I'll come out the other side, and things will be fine. I've got some stuff coming up this month, and then the next few months that has got me a little bit anxious, and so I know that that's part of what's going on right now. I just have a little bit of anxiety about the things that are coming up and things that I have to do. And I just need to take it, one step at a time, make a plan, follow the plan, and, if things pop up that are not part of the plan, pivot, you know, that's life. But, anyways, so my question for this week is, what are you looking forward to in the next week, the next month, the next 3 months? What are you looking forward to? Because sometimes that's the only thing that keeps me going. Having something, um, planning something, and having something out coming up that's fun or that I'm looking forward to. So, thank you. I appreciate that. God's desire for me. Um, what did they say? What is the I'm gonna get it wrong, so I probably shouldn't say it. So, but yeah, like I said, I have some things coming up. One, my sons are both, this is their last semester in school, so they're both graduating in December. If, what do they say? If if all goes well and the creek don't rise, then I'll have two graduates come December. Um, and because of that, I want to do something special with them, and so I'm looking at planning something for us for December, something special for the family. So that'll be fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I've got a cruise coming up here in a couple weeks um, to Alaska. GT Junior, I'm gonna be closer to you, even though I'm not gonna be close to you. I'm gonna be closer to you. So I'm away when we go by. It's like you're not gonna be. It's it's like when I drive to Atlanta and I wave at Miss Georgia Peachnut. It's like I know I'm passing you. Actually, it's not even like that because we're not even gonna be that close. But yeah. But yeah, Alaska cruise is coming up here in a few weeks. I think it's 3 weeks. I don't even know. It's the end of the month, and I'm excited for that. I'm anxious about it. I'm definitely anxious about it. Um, this will be my first time in the Pacific Northwest. Um, so that'll be cool. This will be my first time in Alaska, so that'll be cool. I kind of wish we had decided. I kind of wish we had taken more days, but we're gonna be gone for quite a few days, anyways. But I kind of wish we had taken more days because it would have been nice to take a day and rent a car and and sing more of the Pacific Northwest. I would love to be able to. Um, I don't know. There's some things I'd like to be able to do, but anyways, it is what it is, and we can always go again. We can always take another trip. So I'm excited for that, and a lot of people on the YouTube streets are going to be there. So that's going to be exciting to see. Get to see a lot of people who I've never seen before, and then get to see some people who I've seen before, and get to see them again. So that's going to be really cool. I think I want to say we've got at least 60. I'm not sure, but I think we have 60 cabins in our group, which is amazing. That means 120 people, more or less. Um, families, people from YouTube streets and families, and so that'll be really fun. Get to see a lot of those people. Rambling with the Brooms, Scott's gonna be there. Jesse and Lisa are gonna be there. I think Andale is still coming. Hey, lady, 20 lots dropped out. Oh, so how many do we have? How many people do we have? How many rooms do we have? Anyways, but yeah, Scott's there. I don't know that Andale's still gonna make it, but I think so. Um, but anyways, I'm still excited. I'm excited to go. Oh, we got 20. Okay. Well, that's still 20. um, but yeah, I'm excited for it, looking forward to it. And I'm anxious about it too. I'm really anxious about it because so far on all the cruises that we've gone on, we have driven to the port. This is the first time we're flying, and I don't know what to take. One, I've never been to Alaska. I don't know what to wear. Um, I guess it's gonna be cool. It's Alaska, right? I know it's summertime, but it's Alaska. So I'm guessing it's gonna be cool. So I gotta figure out what to wear and what to take. Then it's like I gotta figure out what can I take on the plane. Then I gotta figure out what can I take on the ship. And so there's that. All that's kind of in my head is gone, whatever. But this is my thing. It don't matter. There's two things that I have to take for sure. Absolutely have to take my passport and my medicine. Everything else, they got a Walmart in Seattle. That's like, so those two things I know I can get on the plane. Everything else, like they got a Walmart in Seattle. If I have to go to Walmart before I get on the ship, so be it. um, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, it's like I don't even know. But yeah, I'm all checked in, Scott. Pants, hoodies, and bathing suit. Okay, got you. Pants, hoodies, and bathing suit. That's the problem, Scott. I ain't wore no. I ain't had no pants on. Whew, I know. I gotta look. I don't even know if I have pants that fit. That's the thing. I might have to go shopping because I've gained 40 pounds this year. Um, the 35 pounds that I lost last year, plus more, plus five, I've gained this year. So yeah. Um, okay, GT Junior, no problem. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. Okay. But yeah, um, I figured I didn't book nothing, Scott. I didn't book anything. All I did was checked in, and I might not go to a show. Y'all don't understand me. I like being on the ship. I really do. I don't care about hardly anything else. Now, my husband, I hope he will book something and do something because he enjoys that kind of stuff. I don't like being around people. And it's going to be a whole lot of people in a small space. I mean, it's a big space, but it's a small but it's a small space. I'm going to be that person who is I don't even know if they have it, but I'm going to be that person who is at the back of the ship, aft. Is that what it's called? Aft. I'm gonna be at the back of the ship, standing on the rail with my parka on, watching the waves, chilling and watching the waves, hoping to see something amazing and being okay if I don't see nothing but water, because that will be me. And when I get cold, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wrap up and get warm, and then I'm gonna rinse and repeat. Because I really like being on the ship. My husband's like, well, are we gonna do anything? I'm like, do whatever you want. Book whatever you want. And if you want me to go with me, let me tell me that you want me to go with you and I will go. But otherwise just book whatever you want. I'm not interested in doing. There's only one place that I'm really, hey Jags. There's only one place that I'm really excited to see. That's Ketchikan. And the only reason I'm so excited to see Ketchikan is because I have a friend who's from there. Now she lives here in Alabama, but she don't live there for a reason. She don't like cold weather any more than I do. But she's from there. She's Plinkett. She was raised I'm born and raised there, and so that's her hometown. And so I'm excited to see that. I mean, I'm excited to see Ketchikan. Um, but otherwise, it's all new to me, and I'm just gonna enjoy being there. Yeah, yeah. Now she lives here, Scott. She doesn't live there, but she has been back to visit. She took her youngest daughter, and they went back to visit there. She went to high school there, um, the whole nine. So yeah, never been to Ketchikan. Yeah, that's where she's from. Um, she's Plinkett, and yeah, so kind of cool. I was hoping I could get her and her husband to go on the cruise, but they couldn't work it out with work and everything. But yeah, I was like, man, come on, go with us. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. I've never been to Alaska, so that's cool. And then I have another friend who I worked with, who actually worked in Alaska. But she worked on, I'm gonna get it wrong. Is it the Chugach National Forest? I think it was the Chugach. I'm not even sure where that is. I get it wrong. I'll have to get it wrong half the time. She did not work on the Tonga. She worked on Chugach National Forest. And so, and she's the friend that I was saying I had dinner with before. And I was like, man, I wish you were going with me. Um, she's so funny. Uh, when she worked up there, yeah. She she used to smoke, and she was like, I used to go outside to smoke, and my eyelashes would freeze. I'm like, that's you work. I mean, now that's a habit. That's a habit when you will go outside and stand in the cold to smoke and your eyelashes are freezing. What are your eyeballs doing? That's what I want to know. If it's cold enough to freeze your eyelashes, what are your eyes doing? So, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Guys, it's hard for me. You said you had some things that you were looking forward to. Let me get back up here so I can see what you typed in. Uh, oh, I'm gonna have a good time. I wish I could get to see you. I understand though. Um, I understand that it's far away. Pants, hoodies, and a bathing suit. Bathing suit goes with me wherever I go. I actually I pack a bathing suit every time I pack my bag, always, because I love the water. I'm looking forward to quite a lot. I have to stay focused and see them through though. Yeah. And do you want to share anything with us that you're looking forward to? And any of you, that was the question for this week. What are you looking forward to? And so, yeah, I haven't decided what we're doing for the boys yet. Um, I've got some things that I want to do. I'm going to call a travel agent this week and see if I can get something set up for December. It'll be someplace tropical and warm if we go. It will not be a cruise though. um, Definitely not be a cruise. Someplace tropical, someplace warm, someplace where even if English is not the official language, but where English is spoken, because my boys don't speak nothing, no languages. Um, Not that it matters, because I promise you, I will go places and have gone places where I did not speak the language and had a good time, anyways. Um, yeah. So, so what are you looking forward to? That's what I want to know. I know Scott's looking forward to the cruise. Something else is happening this week. Oh, um, I'm taking this class with a friend of mine, and we're gonna be done. I'm sad about it. Yeah, we're looking at another cruise in May. Oh, where you going? Off Speak Language Now. Really? Well, you have to tell me about that, Mike, because I don't know nothing about all phones speaking languages. Um, but um, where y'all going on your next cruise? Someplace warm? Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm God. That's another thing. I got another cruise coming up too. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with the Google Translate. I've used it quite a bit. Um, um, I do have another cruise coming up in October. It's a Halloween cruise, which is going to be excited, hungry. um, so yeah, this year, the end of the year is going to be a lot for me because I've got the October cruise. I mean, I've got the August cruise this month. I have the October cruise, and then I have a December trip coming up. So we're gonna have three back-to-back trips coming up. But it is what it is. The October trip is me um, and a friend. Um, so I'm leaving the boys home, and it's gonna be a girls trip. So that's gonna be cool. And we're going to the Bahamas, so that'll be nice. Uh, and it's a Halloween cruise, so that'll be fun. Halloween cruises are a lot of fun. Um, and looking forward to cleaning the garage and the chickens are outside. Yeah, congratulations, GT Junior. Congratulations. You worked really hard on that and you got it done. So yeah, you should be proud of yourself. Um, and I know you're excited to have your garage, the whole garage, in growing form. So that's gonna be nice too. Oof, oof, oof. Looking forward to, yeah. But yeah, so those are trips. Those are things. And like I said, my class, I'm finishing up my class and it'll be interesting to be finishing up. It's kind of a it's kind of a first step kind of thing. But yeah. So I'm not really sure what comes next after that, but I still am excited for it. The class has been really good. I've really enjoyed it. It's a women's group, and so yeah, that was kind of fun. Just hanging out with other women and having something in common, spending time together. That was really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna have like it's kind of like a not really a graduation, but more of a just the end of class kind of ceremony. That'll be kind of cool. Celebration, so it'll be kind of cool. So yeah. Well, um one of the things that my therapist says to me is to plan things so that I have something to look forward to. Um and and so it gives me, just it gives me, hope for the future. If you don't have anything to look forward to, if you don't have anything coming up that's, for you, something that feeds your soul, kind of thing that fills a void, something like that, then life can be really hard, especially, well, I wouldn't say especially, but life can be hard. I was going to say especially in these times, but really, the times are there's always something going on in the world. And so there's that. And so I try to have certain things to look forward to. In the in the short term and in the long term too. I do have some things coming up for next year, for 2026. Got a couple of things there for 2026. I'm gonna try not to do like I did. It's like okay, I said last after last year I said I'm not gonna do like I did last year when I did like 4 trips in 3 months, but I'm actually doing like 3 trips in 3 months. So it's almost the same this year. So I'm gonna try not to do that next year. Um, but it is what it is. Um, Things come up. So yeah. And then I'm thinking about, the fall garden and am I gonna have the time and the energy to get that done? I'm gonna be working on that a little bit this week. Um, Trying to clean up some of the weeds that I have out there. The biggest thing that's a problem is the blackberry. The native blackberry has come up from the root into one of my beds, and so I'm gonna have to really try to get that out of there. I'm gonna do the best I can, but yeah, blackberry is hard to get rid of. It's hard to get rid of. It keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. The native one, not so much the others, but the native one. So, but I definitely want some greens. I want some. um, mustard greens, giant red mustard. Those are like my favorite greens, and they didn't do anything this summer. It just was too hot for them. So I definitely want some giant red mustard out there, and a few collards. I don't want a lot of collards because I don't care for collards that much, but my husband does. So I want a few collards and a few turnips and kale. I do like kale. My parents saved to book a river cruise in Germany. Oh my goodness. Um, my friend is going to, is it, oh my gosh. I want to say the Rhine River, but I don't think that's what it is. My friend is going next year to Germany. Um, and she's doing the river cruise. And then I think Warmstrong is, I don't know when he's doing it, but he said he's going to do the Nile River cruise. My neighbor's raspberry popped up in my garden bed. Yeah. That's not our thing. Yes, the same as them. So it is the Rhine River. Yeah. She actually was born in it's the same friend who lived in Alaska, but she was actually born in Germany. Her mom is German, her dad was a American GI. And but she was born in Germany, and she's been back several times taking her daughters and things there. Still has family living there, but she's going to do the cruise next year with her daughter. And so that'll be fun for them. Um, yeah. I don't know that I want to do a river cruise. But yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, it'll be fun for your parents though. I want to do I want to go to Greece. Um and I keep saying it. One year I'm gonna book it and go. But the thing about Greece, I don't want to go on a cruise to Greece, and I don't want to go to all of the hot spots the everybody goes to. I just want to go to a little village somewhere and hang out for a couple of weeks. And just kind of chill. That's all. I just want to go and experience that. I was trying to see the watermelon at Wally World. What? I don't know if our hey Bammit, how are you? I don't know that our Wally World has seeded watermelon, but we do have them. They're easy to get around here. The market, the the farm market. I think I've taken videos there a couple of times, not this year, but last year, year before last. Too small. 173 on the ship. Debbie and you are gonna head it off like listening to Debbie. Okay. Um, the farm market has seeded watermelon. They have um the red ones and the yellow ones with seeds. And then there's another little what is it called? There's a guy. I don't know what it's called. There's a guy. You know how there's always a guy on the side of the road who sells vegetables. Well, this guy has a little trailer, and he's got like a permanent spot down the road about 5 miles from here, and he has seeded watermelons every year. And then about 12 miles from here, there's another spot where there's a guy. He's not permanent, but every watermelon season he sells seeded watermelons on the back of his truck. And he's right off the interstate too. But yeah, he sells, and he has the big ones. I mean, the big ones. And oh, that was my phone. Why is it not in here? Anyways, it's like, why is my phone not in here? But yeah, he has them too. And so it's easy to get them around here. The seeded watermelons, they're easy to get. There's always somebody who has them. But the stores, none of the stores that I know of, well, I don't know. Walmart might have them, but I don't know because I really don't shop at Walmart anymore unless I have to. I mean, I will, but yeah. I have this issue with Walmart on vacation. She won't be around large crowds, so I'm going to steal your hubby. You're going to steal my hubby? Okay. My husband is kind of funny. He doesn't like crowds, but he does. He's really an extrovert, and he could talk to anybody. He could talk to anybody. But he doesn't really like crowds. But one on one, he will talk to anybody. Um, so have at it. It'll be fun. I'm excited for it though. Yeah. Mm, but yeah, he's more than welcome to join us wherever we go. Okay. He's like, today he was like, do I need to get me some hiking boots? I was like, you have hiking boots. He's like, yeah, but I was like, if you want new hiking boots, get new hiking boots. I don't know where you're hiking at, but get some hiking boots. He's like, do I need to get some socks? And I was like, we just bought socks. Wait a minute. You just bought boots and socks. He's like, yeah, but those aren't hiking boots. I was like, okay. He's like, my socks might be too thin. You bought boot socks. He's like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. It was funny. Now you have to understand, my husband and I, we're both foresters. So we've got more hiking boots than most people. We have more boots. Technically speaking, I have more boots than I have shoes. Don't tell nobody. And he does too. So, so I mean, literally, and when I buy boots, I don't buy one pair of boots. Like if I go and I find a pair of boots that I really like, I'll get two. Just because, well, I really like them. And so why not go ahead and get more? Get you some more. And I don't care whether they're, casual boots or work boots or hiking boots or whatever, dress boots. I don't care. If I like them and they fit well and they're comfortable on my feet, I'm gonna get a second pair. And the last time I bought boots, I bought boots. I ordered a second pair and they accidentally sent me a third pair. So I have three pairs of the same boots. And the funny thing is, I live in Alabama. These are like winter women's. They're not dress boots, but they're casual boots, like you would wear with slacks or whatever. That have the fleece lining. It's like I live in Alabama. We only get 2 days out of the year where you can actually wear them. And I have three pairs of them. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm that person though. I am that person when it comes to boots. Oh, so yeah. And if he wants to do the shows, Choir of Men are going to day 4 at 8. Oh, okay. Let me write that down and let him know because he likes shows. He does. I'm writing that down. I will let him know. He can do. Okay, cool. Broadway. Nice. What are you eating, Mike? What did you get? You have to tell us. You know, we live vicariously through you. I need to cook. I bought what did I buy? I bought a piece of beef with the bone for stew, and I bought some beef ribs because I needed the bones. I wanted to make some bone broth, and I wanted to buy some meat that had bones in it. And but I need to cook them um, both of them because I did not freeze it. I put it in the refrigerator, and so think I'm gonna put I think I'm gonna put two buttery yet crunch grilled cheese, buttery yet crunchy bread with cheddar cheese. Oh, it's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put I think I'm gonna put both of them in two different slow cookers and cook them that way. And then once they're done, I'm gonna take the bones and stick them in the freezer to make bone broth with later. And then I'm gonna take the meat and put that in the freezer to make stew with later. I'm gonna take the meat off the bone to make stew with later. But I'm not gonna eat either one of them right now. I just want to cook them, um, and 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 have them seasoned up and ready to go. So when I'm ready, I'm ready. Um, so I had every intention of just going to the store and asking for some beef bones to make broth with, and then I saw that it's like, oh, I'll just get this because this will be good. I love grilled cheese. Okay, Mike, do you eat your grilled cheese just plain, or do you put something on it? Speaking of grilled cheese, this has nothing to do with grilled cheese. This has nothing to do with grilled cheese. I'm bread this way, and then none until my birthday. Oh, yeah. I got to get off the bread. I got to get off the bread. I bought bread for the last 3 weeks. I bought bread, and I've been cooking bread, making bread at home, baking bread, and I bought bread. I got to get off of it. I got to stop because it's a thing. But I also made jelly, y'all. I went to Publix. That was a mistake because I was hungry. And when I was in Publix, they had the juice was on sale. The juicy juice, which is 100% juice, was on sale. And it was like, oh, I should get some juice. And they had mango juice and they had cherry juice. Um, and I was like, ooh, mango and cherry. Oh, yeah. And so I bought one of each and then I made jelly. I made mango jelly, and then I made mango cherry jelly. Or I should say cherry mango, because it had more cherry juice in it than it had mango in it. But I made the jelly, y'all. I made the jelly because I wanted to make some of the little jars. You know how Lisa makes the little jelly jars? I wanted to make some little jars of jelly as gifts. With the holidays coming up, I said I need to go ahead and start making some things up as gifts. And and so I did. I made some, I gave some away. Like I made them on Thursday, and I gave two of them. I gave one of each away on Friday. Are you guys coming in on Friday or Saturday? Um, um, we're coming in. Wait a minute. What day are we? We're coming in on the 23rd. What day is that? Saturday. We fly in on the 23rd. Is that Saturday? Look, I don't have my phone is not in front of me, and I don't have a calendar in front of me. I'm sorry. Yes. We're coming in on Saturday. We're flying on Saturday. I don't remember what time we get there um on Saturday. But yeah, we're coming in one day ahead. And I wish we had decided I wish we had come 2 days ahead, but that's okay. It is what it is. Um and then and I'm not sure we don't really have any plans for Saturday. It's just get there. Get there and be ready to, you know, head out on Sunday. So yeah, I can't wait to finally meet you face to face. Oh, I'm the same as Jesse and Lisa. I'm the same face to face as I am on camera. I am absolutely the same. It's gonna be so much fun. I was telling my friend about it. I was like, this is it's amazing, to be able to meet up with some people that you've only seen online. Um and people that you've met online and made a connection with, and then finally get to meet them and to hang out with them and spend some time. It'll be fun. We'll have some fun. And so yeah. And to do something that you all enjoy. I mean, I don't know about everybody, but I enjoy cruising. I've enjoyed it so far, so I'm excited for it. But yeah, we're coming in on the 23rd. We're flying in on the 23rd, and I think we go from Montgomery to Dallas to Seattle. Um, and so yeah, that'll be cool. Which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know that my husband loves cruising, but he likes it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I grew up on the coast. I grew up on the water, and not the Outer Banks, but the coast of North Carolina. But I grew up on the water. My dad had a boat, not a ship, a boat, and so I spent a lot of time on the water. And so I really enjoy, being out on the water, and I miss it living inland. I miss it, but yeah. And so being on a cruise ship, that's kind of cool. My brain don't get cruising. Really? Well, I mean, it's people have their things. People have their things if it's what you like. Um, like I said, I don't think my husband loves it. I think he likes it. He is more of a mountains kind of person. If you had the choice between mountains and coast, he would choose the mountains. I would choose the coast. I like the mountains. I've lived in the mountains. I enjoy the mountains, but I prefer the coast. um, but that's just because that's what I grew up doing. Probably because Minnesota is mall culture, can shop and eat here. Okay, yeah. I'm not a people person. Y'all don't believe me when I tell you I am not a people person. I I have nothing what is it? I enjoy people one on one. I enjoy people in small groups, and I enjoy people until I don't. And then when I don't, I'm like, no. I'm like, gotta go. See, yeah, it was fun. It was real. It was real fun. Gotta go. On land, cheap. We just have one excursion booked, the train to Canada, and then planning for go. Oh yeah, we don't have any excursions booked. And we might between now and then we might book something. My husband is studying it. I was like, whatever you want, I don't care. Whatever you want. But I enjoy cruising. I d- I will enjoy seeing wildlife. Um, that will be cool. Um, I will enjoy seeing cultural things. That'll be cool. But as far as actual excursions, booking excursions, I don't know if we will book anything or not. I don't know. We'll what I tell you what I do want to do. And I don't know that we'll be able to, is um I want to eat fresh seafood, not salmon. But yeah, I want to eat fresh seafood. Um, whatever's in season, not salmon. Debbie will be the same. She'll be happy sitting on the balcony. I will spend some time on the balcony for sure. Um, I will go to the highest floor on the ship at some point. I will make my way as high as I can go on the ship. Because I like to be up high. Um, and I have a fear of heights. I know it's crazy, but I do. But I don't care. Um, we're doing a king crab boil. Is there gonna be that? Is that gonna be an option on the ship, or is it gonna be? Are you gonna go off ship and do that? Because I don't know. I didn't see it and I didn't look for it. But yeah, king crab. Woo! I'm there for it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Import. Okay. Because I would love to do that. But yeah, now that's something that I could do at every stop. Is go and eat seafood at every stop. I could do that. um, yeah. Find me a place to go eat seafood on every stop, and I'm there. uh, yeah. I have to admit, I haven't really planned anything. All I was like, look, I'm going. I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on that ship. I'm going. That's the only thing I planned. I'm going. Yeah. Am I bad? I mean, really, am I bad? I'm just that. I'm really that person. I'm glad people enjoy it. It's just not my thing, I guess. Yeah. Well, Mike, it's interesting. I don't enjoy the things about the cruise that a lot of people do enjoy about the cruises. Like I don't enjoy the food, the bars, the buffets. The dining rooms can be nice and the high-end restaurants can be nice, but the food, the buffets, it's okay. That wasn't my thing. I The best part, I'm gonna tell you, the best part of the cruise that we went on to the Eastern Caribbean was rough seas. When the seas were rough and the ship was rocking like this, that was the best. I was like there for it. You hear me? When there were waves in the pool, because they didn't get the water drawn down before we had rough seas. I was there for it. You hear me? I was there for it. And I know a lot of people were sick for that, but I like feeling like I'm on the water. And I really get into that. Um Now, did I enjoy dancing with people? Yeah, sure. Um yeah. I'll do the electric slide with you for all of 10 minutes. And you're gonna have to help me back to my room afterwards, but yeah, that part. My buddy can't stop, loves cruising, tries to tell me how great it is, but I can't say why. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, can't stop, loves cruising. Yeah. And there are things, I mean, there were things. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't get it twisted, GT Junior. I'm not I'm not standing on the rails when that's happening. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling on the balcony when this happened. I'm chilling somewhere, on deck when this is happening. But I'm not thrill seeking when it's happening, that part. But yeah, I enjoyed that, which is why I like to go to the back of the ship, because in the back of the ship you can feel more of the motion of the ship, versus in the center of the ship you don't feel it so much. I like being at the back where you can actually feel it, and it's kind of cool. So yeah. And the entertainment was good. It was it was strange in a way, but it was good. The music was good. The karaoke was good. Juno is the location for the fresh crab boil. Okay, all right, I'm down with that. That'll be nice. Um, but yeah, um, it was just like I said so far, and I've only been on small ships so far. This by far the largest ship that I've ever. This will be the largest one that I've ever been on, and this is I think it's the largest one in the fleet for NCL. Well, it was. I don't know. They may have a new one now. Um, so this one's going to be strange for me too, because this is a big this is a big one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, walk the whole thing. Like on the small ships, I that's what I did a lot of time. I just get up and go walk the whole thing. It's like, I'm going to go up to deck 10 and walk the whole perimeter, you know, and that kind of thing. Um, but this one is huge. I don't know that I'll be able to walk the whole perimeter, that kind of thing. So, yeah, there's that. The boat comes into dock, they process, then walk it to the restaurants, the larger ship, 20 floors. It's a floating city. Literally, it has more people in it than the town I grew up in. There'll be more people on the ship than the town I grew up in. For real, for real. Right. That's a floating city. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people are there for the entertainment. And I'm not going to say, I'm going to tell you that the entertainment is good. Um, they had, on the last ship we were on, the Spirit, they had a string quartet. They were phenomenal. They were really, really good. Um, my husband and I really enjoyed that. But they also have, you know, period music, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. They have period music. They have all kinds of stuff. So, um, and they have the Broadway, and they have the shows, and they have the stuff. My sister enjoyed the bingo. They had bingo. She enjoyed the bingo. I've never played bingo as an adult. I mean, not for real. I mean, I played it online, but not for real. Not gone to a place to play bingo. My sister enjoyed the bingo. Um, um, like I said, the karaoke was really good. The karaoke was super, super good. Um, but yeah, yeah. They had the piano bars. They were nice. Yeah. 4,000 people. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting a little bit anxious about the number of people. Uh uh uh. The comedians are pretty good. I have not gone to the comedy shows, but I've heard that they're really good. I've heard that they're good, but I haven't gone to the comedy shows. I'm not big on comedy shows. Um, I don't. Yeah, I'm not big on comedy shows. I've gone to a couple, and to be honest, um, no, here I've gone to a couple of comedy shows. One was at a church, and it was okay, but they make me uncomfortable because invariably at a comedy show, the comedian is going to pick somebody out of the crowd to joke on, and I don't like that. I just don't like that. You're gonna make somebody feel uncomfortable so that somebody else will laugh. I don't like that. um, and yeah, that part. But I've heard that the comedy shows are good if you like that kind of thing. Just not my thing. My husband likes comedy shows though, so he might go. But yeah, the last ship that we were on had art classes, and so I painted and I did diamond painting, and I did. There was like 4 or 5 different things. There was like a daily thing that they did, a little craft things that we did, and then there was a paint workshop where you got to do painting, and so that was fun. And we made other little things. We made little necklaces. We made little jewelry. We did different things. So yeah, the ship is large, and you will say, "Wow, it doesn't seem like that many folks." Yeah, that's what I've noticed on the ships is that even though there's a lot of people, and even though the ship is large, the the way it's designed, you don't really feel like there's that many people. The only time that you feel like there's a lot of people is like at there's certain events where a lot of people are go to, and that's the only time. Like if you like the what is it called, the formal night where you have the dinner where you dress up, and I don't know if NCL does that, but a lot of people go to that, and so there's a line and there's a wait for that. And so that, yes, embarkation and debarkation is you know there's a lot of people at that, but for the most part it doesn't feel like there's a lot of people. um so I tell you what was really nice was Halloween on the ship. There were so many people who dressed up for Halloween, and the costumes were phenomenal. I mean, there were like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. The Mad Hatter was there, and then Mr. Clean was there. And I mean, when you see them, it's like what? What? Fred Flintstone. Um, so, and I mean and they're like, you when you see the costumes, you're like, whoa. Um, they nailed it, nailed it. And so it was just neat, because you were, just walking around, you're just walking around, going from point A to point B, like, it's like, okay, um I'm gonna go downstairs and get a drink, and then I'm gonna go just walk around, the fourth floor and see what's going on. And you walk around, and every time you go around the corner, um you see somebody else in costume. You'll see a whole family in costume, like the Adams family, the whole family, Adams family in costume. It was like cool. Or you would see, you know, like I said, um, anyways, it's just something, and you will go, whoa, that's amazing. Because of my health and Sir Grace's health isn't good, we're boarding at between 9:30 and 10. Okay, good, good. So then you won't hit the crowd, because the crowd comes in at 11ish, I guess, 11 to 12. I think we're boarding at noon. Um, at least I think that's what I put down. I don't know. I didn't want to be rushed that morning, but yeah, that's really the only time. There's only a few times where you actually see all of the people, where there's a bunch of people, and there's a lot going on, embarkation, debarkation. Um, I was trying to remember. I remember when we went to the Eastern Bahamas. I had they had the dogs. Um, you had to go past a dog who was sniffing for things when we went to when we were checking in, we were in embarkation, and I was like, I wonder if this dog is gonna notice the bacon in my backpack. It's gonna have a nightmare with us fucking back at him. Yup, yup, yup. Uh, I had, but I had bacon in my backpack because at the time I was just eating meat and I was like, I need to have something with me if I get hungry, something to eat, to carry me over until we get on the ship. Because once you get on the ship, you can go and eat. But until then, and it's funny. It's funny. The dog didn't even look at me. I walked past. The dog didn't even. I was like, okay, maybe the dog didn't smell the bacon in my backpack. But I mean, that's not what they're doing. That's not their job. Their job is not to notice bacon. Their job is to notice rug. So yeah, but I was like, huh? But yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I really am looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. I think we're gonna have a great time. Okay, where is my? Ah, ouch! Where is my? So yeah, and CL has a dog also. Yeah, I'm excited to see the differences between NCL and Carnival. Um, I'm not. Um, I don't have any preferences because, like I said, this will be my first NCL um thing. My garden is just starting to produce, and I'm leaving it now. My kids will kill everything. Maybe not. Maybe not. Hmm. My garden is a mess, so I'm not worried about it. Nobody's going to be taking care of it. It'll be what it'll be. It'll be what it'll be. But yeah. But yeah. Are you guys gonna have a fall garden? Do you guys have a fall garden? Is anybody planning one? I am planning some fall garden stuff. So yeah. So what are you guys planning for fall? Like I said, I'm gonna do some giant red mustard, some kale, some collards, um, making jerky. Okay. Um, garlic. I don't know if I'm gonna do garlic or not. I need to. I'm gonna do garlic, but I'm probably not gonna do garlic until November. Um, have a few that will live through. I have a few that will live through a little of my weather. Yeah. If you like food and shows and stuff to do, it's plenty. We sail and sail and Carnival lost us, but that's the story for the ship. Oh, I gotta pull carrots and lettuce and then start fall stuff. I can grow in 50 days. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I need to look and see what kind of stuff that I can grow. Um, the greens will go through the winter, so I'm not worried about that. I want to plant some carrots because carrots will go through the winter as well. Here, they'll go through the winter. Um, I might try some celery. Sugar beets will grow. And I might try some celery because my celery didn't do anything this spring. It just got too hot for it too soon, so I might try some celery. I have celery growing inside though. I have them in my hydroponics inside. It doesn't get big, but it's good. It has a nice flavor. It's good. And so our fall is too unpredictable to do a fall garden. Yeah. I'm only doing things that will go through the winter here. Um, so like I said, um, carrots, greens. I might do another set of green beans before frost because I should be able to get another harvest um, of green beans before frost. Our fall is too unpredictable to do a fall garden. Fall is the best time to garden here, really. To be honest, it's the best time because in the summertime it's just so hot and it's so hard to keep up with the watering that you really struggle during the summertime. Um, but spring and fall gardening here, fall and winter, fall, yeah, fall through spring is the best time for gardening here. Oh, yeah. So I'm looking forward to fall gardening because like I said, it's easier, it's lower pressure, and usually I do better. We average 4 to 6 foot of frost. Again, depends on the winter. Yeah. Now we probably don't get any frost here until November. And so I've got, um, I've got a good 90 days um, to produce another crop before the frost comes. And if I get my greens up soon enough, they will be great. When the frost hits them, they'll be sweeter. They'll be so much nicer. But the trick is getting them out there and keeping them alive while it's still hot. Keeping them alive while it's still hot and getting them a good start before it cools off. Because you don't want them little when the frost hit, because the frost can kill them when they're small and tender. You want them to have a little bit of size on them. But other than that, if you can get them out there, that'll be good. Cool. We don't get very much cold weather here. I was telling somebody we get about 2 weeks of winter, about 14 days of winter, but it's not all at once. Um, not last year, but year before last, we had 6 days of temperatures below 32 Fahrenheit in a row. That was like the longest period of cold, sequential days of cold that I remember being here. Now it got down got colder than that, but I mean the daytime high didn't get over 32 for 6 days in a row, and it was like, whoa, that was a cold winter. We rarely get that. We usually get the temperature will drop, it'll drop down into the teens for maybe 2 days, and then it's back in the 50s and 60s, and it's like, yeah. So, um, we just don't get a lot of cold weather, which is like that's why I'm saying is that fall and winter gardening here is a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, GT Junior, what are you going to be growing inside this winter? Sugar beets are growing. I've never grown beets. Have I ever tried to grow beets? I don't like beets, so I might not have even tried. People send me beet seeds all the time. I've got beet seeds, but I'm like, but I don't like beets. They're good for you, according to my mom. Did I tell y'all about the story? Did I tell y'all the story about the beets and my mom? Fig and water inside? Cool. So I will be growing inside. I will be bringing my citrus in the garage whenever the first frost comes. And cayenne and leisure peppers inside. Cool. I might grow leisure inside because I've grown it inside before and I had luck with it. And I do have one growing out there. I've got one pepper on it. I'm mad because there's only one pepper on it, but we'll see. And I may bring it inside. I probably won't, but I might bring it inside. Um, so I don't know where I was living at the time. I honestly don't know where I was living at the time, but every place that I've lived, mom, except here, mom and dad came to visit. They never came to visit here because by the time I moved here, their health was failing. But every place else that I've ever lived, my mom and dad came to visit. They always came to visit, and when my mom comes to visit, she always brings stuff, right? So she brings food, whatever. And because they always have a garden, they always have a garden. She's always canned my whole life. My mom worked for USDA, the Agricultural Extension Service, and she was um, an extension homemaker. Her job was to teach people how to can and how to I don't know if you guys know, but back in the day, if you old as I am, you know, back in the day there was government food. There was, y'all remember government cheese, or you've heard comedians talking about government cheese. Well, there was cheese, there was butter, there was flour, cornmeal, grits. There was a whole bunch of USDA food that was distributed in communities. And one of her jobs was to help people make balanced meals from those that food. And so this is kind of cool because she went from house to house, right? And she showed them how to use those things and how to make them into meals and how to combine them with other foods to make healthy, healthy balanced meals and stuff like that. But anyways, but she also taught people canning because that was her job, and because she also can. We raised a lot of food. We had a good sized garden. And she can. So whenever she would visit, she would bring things. Like I love green beans. Kentucky won the green beans, pole beans. She would always bring me those because those were like my favorite, my absolute favorite. And she would bring me jars of them when she would come. But she also brought beets. No, I don't eat beets. She knows I don't eat beets. I've never been one to eat beets. I just don't like beets. But she canned beets and she would bring beets because she eats beets and dad eats beets. And so whenever she would come, she would bring food. And so she brought the beets. She brought them and she put the stuff in the cabinet, but they never ate them while they were there. And so she left. And then over the next year, every time she would call me, she was like, "Did you eat the beets? You need to eat the beets. Did you eat the beets? You need to eat the beets. Open the beets, eat the beets, eat the beets." Every time she called me, she was like, "Eat the beets, eat the beets, eat the beets, eat the beets." And so I moved from that house, to, that state to another state, and she came back to visit me, and I came to visit me there, and she's like, I was like, "Oh, by the way, here are the beets," and she was like, "You need to eat these beets." Eat these beets. I never open the beets because I don't like beets, but they're good. I mean, they're good for you. They're so good for you. And she did a really good job of canning. And if I was gonna eat them, the only ones I would eat would be hers because she is a good cook. And she would can them up, and they would be ugh, bleh, bleh. Beets taste like dirt. Actually, they taste worse than dirt. I'd rather eat dirt than to eat beets. I didn't tell her that. But yeah, I never did eat the beets. Um, but what's funny about beets is my husband likes beets and my boys like beets. And every time I would cook spaghetti, he would open a jar of beets, and between the three of them, they would eat a jar of beets. Every time I cook spaghetti, they would eat a jar of beets with their spaghetti. And I'm like, why? But yeah, I don't. They like beets, so I guess I should grow some and learn how to can them so that my family can have them. But not so much. Me, not so much. I hope the sugar beets taste good. They taste like dirt. I'm trying to tell you, it tastes like dirt. And you from Georgia too? You know we don't do sugar beets. We do cane sugar here in the South. We do sugar cane. We do cane sugar. We don't do beet sugar. Uh, my boys love beets. My husband and my boys love beets. And like I said, I don't know why beets go with spaghetti, but every time we would have spaghetti, this is what my boys want. I want spaghetti with meat sauce or meatballs, beets, and cornbread. That's a meal for them. And no, we're not like those people from Tennessee where spaghetti is a side dish and you have spaghetti with fish or spaghetti with that. No, spaghetti is the dish. um, but yeah. Why are you laughing, GT Junior? It's hard to grow sugar cane there, but I'm just saying, I don't know how you process sugar beets to get sugar out of them, but it ain't sweet like cane sugar. That's all I'm saying. We in the South want our own cane sugar. Um, and don't get it twisted because we want Dixie Crystals. Cane sugar. Did y'all hear that Coke Coke was switching from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar? I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. But the problem with it is that the body doesn't care. Sugar is sugar to the body, so it is not like it's going to be. It's not any healthier. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not any healthier. It's still, I mean, it's still straight up carbs, but yeah. I actually haven't grown sugar cane. I know a lot of people do grow it, but yeah, beets plain taste like dirt. Oh, roasted, they taste delicious. I have, let me see, as an adult, I went to a vegan restaurant and they had um, juices, and one of them had beet juice in it. And I got a juice that had beet juice in it, and it just had a undertaste of dirt. It had other stuff in it, so it was drinkable, but it was like, yep, you could definitely taste the beet in it. Tastes like dirt. I probably could eat them roasted. I can eat most vegetables roasted. Most vegetables that I don't like, I can eat them roasted. Um, like Brussels sprouts, I'm not a big fan of Brussels sprouts, but I like them fried and I like them roasted. Um, I can, well, I should say, I don't love them, but I can eat them roasted. Um, Same with now I don't know if I can. I don't know. There's a lot of yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's like no, that's okay. A lot of things that I don't particularly care for, I can eat it roasted. I don't. I still don't care for them, but it's like if you give them to me sautéed or boiled, I'm not gonna eat it. If you give it to me roasted, I might be able to gag it down. Beet chips are good. Nope, 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 nope. Like if I'm gonna eat dirt, I might as well just eat dirt. I can't. I shouldn't say that. I had a an auntie um who ate clay. I know y'all heard about it. There are people who would eat maybe not. Have y'all heard about people eating clay? And it's a certain kind of clay. I don't know what kind of clay it is, but there's a certain kind of clay that people would eat. And they were saying that they had some kind of mineral deficiency or something, but they would have a taste for clay. But yeah, that's kind of like I'm like, I might would try to eat the clay before I would try to eat the beets. I'm just saying. Um, there's a place in Sewanee. There's a restaurant in Sewanee. Actually, it's on the campus of University of South at Sewanee that has Brussels sprout fries. I guess they're called fries. They're like fries, but they're not. I mean, they're not like cut like fries, but they're fried like fries, and they're like I guess they're like chips, Brussels sprout chips, and they're so good. They are so good. So if the beet chips taste like that, maybe they are good. Well, maybe if they had a good, you fry them good and crispy, and you have a good dip to go with them, or they're just a delivery device. Because some foods are just delivery devices. They deliver the good stuff to your mouth. Yeah, a lot of food is like that. That are, I mean, are just good delivery devices. They just deliver the good stuff to your mouth. Uh, da, 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 da. But most things, oh yeah, crunchy fried. New beginnings. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you again. How is life in sunny Cyprus? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da. Sun and Aries. Hi, Mike. This is interesting. I've never pulled this card before. Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I got to think of a cheap option to give the chickens during the winter. I'm thinking germinated beans and peas. Hmm. Kind of like microgreens? I don't. Sunflower seeds too, but they cost more. Bean sprouts? You can do bean sprouts. Mhm. There's a lot of videos on people doing bean sprouts. Hmm. Do you have like what are those? Like a co-op, like a feed and seed co-op where you can get like the beans and stuff in bulk? Where you could grow, I mean, how many chickens do you have? Where you could grow it like in your garage or whatever. Um you could sprout them in your garage or whatever and get them in bulk for less. I don't know. Legally? You so funny. We never get frost where I live. I start spring seeds in winter. Oh, yeah. I have some. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I was just thinking about um like alfalfa sprouts, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know about chicken. There was somebody on here. Was it Demo? I can't remember who it was who was talking about a mix for chickens. Yeah, you can sprout brown rice, lentils, peas, and mung beans. Yeah, but I was the only thing I was thinking about is if you can get them in bulk, because if you can get them in bulk, it will be cheaper than trying to, like buy them at your local Walmart or whatever. Um, and yeah, but there was, I think it was Demu who was talking about uh uh a mix for I got some wheat seeds, Mike. It's an ornamental wheat, but I got some wheat seeds somewhere. Mung beans are a nice one too, Mike. Yeah. Okay. Lighten up. Yeah. Anyways, let us know what you decide to do and how it turns out. But there are a bunch of videos of growing sprouts, bean sprouts of all different kinds. Um, Oof, goodness gracious. Uh, I'm hungry, Mike. You're making me hungry. I should have put some ice in this lemonade. It was good though. Mm, mm. So I was who was I talking to? Oh, I think I was talking to my husband. And I probably shouldn't say this online, so maybe I won't say it. Brazil gives free classes to everyone as to how to grow fruit. Oh, okay, cool. Um, I was talking about how in when I went when we went to Germany, when we went to Berlin and when we would go out to eat and you would ask for water, you would either get um bottled water. They would ask you if when you ask for water, they would ask you for flat or sparkling. Those were your choices, flat or sparkling. And and like here, when you go to the restaurant, you get ice water. If you want sparkling water, you have to ask for club soda or something like that to get sparkling water. It's just not really an option. But so when we were in Germany, we would go and it's like, can I get some whatever we want to drink? You get the drink, and and the glasses have marks on them, and so whatever it was, like if it was juice, they'd fill it to the line, so you get the amount, and eventually, you know, you would go, can I get some ice water? And they would look at you like, okay, and then you would get like one cube of ice in your water. And and um and then my brother said if you want ice water, then go to the Chinese restaurant because they'll give you ice water there. That's one place that you'll get, you know, a- ice, three-quarters of a glass of ice with water in it, so it's icy. And and it was a thing. I mean, it really is a thing. And people would say, I don't know, what is it about these Americans? What is it about these people from the United States? They always want ice water. What is it with them? Ice. They want ice in everything. They want ice in their juice. They want ice in their tea. They want ice in their water. What is it? They want ice in everything. And most of the places don't have ice. And so we went to a friend's house. He cooked dinner for us. He's from Jamaica, and he lived on the third floor, but the first floor is zero. So he really lived on the fourth floor, but it said three, right? But the first floor is zero, then you go up to the first, then you go up to the second, then you go up to the third. So that's one, two, three, four. Anyways, so he lived on the third floor, floor three, which was four flights up. And so when we finally got to the apartment, we go and he goes, yeah, I got something for y'all. And he was real proud of it because he had ice. And it was the ice cube was about this big. It was a huge ice cube. But he gave us a glass of water and it had one big ice cube in it. My sister and I looked at each other. We said nothing. When we looked at each other, we gave the eye like and it was like, thank you so much. You don't know how much we wanted ice water. But when we left, we were like, he was so proud of his ice cube.
And it's so funny because since then I've seen some ice trays that make like 4 cubes of ice, and I almost want to buy them, but I don't. I really don't, because I would much rather have the teeny tiny cubes and have a whole glass full of them than to have one big block of ice. But it was funny, the whole thing. What am I going? I I was I was today years old. Actually, it wasn't. It was this week, and I was in the house, and I was like, "Let me go get some ice water." And then I was thinking, you know that saying, "People in L want ice water." I was like, "The United States is L. How did that happen?" Because we want ice water. It's like, it's like, wait a minute. Is that what they're trying to tell us? That this is L? Wow. That is the funniest thing. My wife likes blocks of ice. I'd rather have ice chips. I want Sonic ice. Okay, the good ice, the crunchy, the soft crunchy ice. Oh, I want to buy me a soft crunchy ice maker, a countertop soft crunchy ice maker, because I like ice that much. I will just, I will go to Sonic and buy a Route 44 cup of ice. I will go to Sonic and buy a bag of ice. Yes, I will, because the Sonic ice is good. And there are a few places, Zaxby's has good ice. There are a few places that have the good ice too, other than Sonic, but Sonic has the best ice. But yeah, I like that because but I just figured out what they were trying to tell us when they were kept telling us, well, people in L want ice water. I was like, what? Is that what they're trying to tell us? That this is, uh wow. And I've heard that my whole life. I was 62 years old before I figured out that I was living in L. Wow. Anyways, that was my yeah, anyways. That was my revelation for this week. McDonald's has weird ice. Some refrigerators makes cool ice cubes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But some of the tabletop ice makers make the best. This it's soft. It's soft, crunchy ice. Um, but yeah, I'm not really. I'm not particular about ice, but it's interesting. If I go through a drive-through, I'm gonna ask for a cup of ice water. Um, in the summertime. And it's funny, in Alabama, most of the year you can get a cup of ice water for nothing. But every now and again, about July, they start wanting to charge you for it. It's like, what? You charge it people? Do you know people will die in Alabama if they don't get water? Yeah. What? You charging for water? No. But yeah, yeah, the shape does make a difference. There's a lady who used to do, I don't know if she still does anymore. She used to do YouTube videos, and she made um, boba tea, and she had an ice tray that made little bitty squares of ice. Um, Perfect little bitty squares of ice. And when she would make her boba, she would put that ice in it. And she got more comments with people going, "Where'd you get that ice tray? Where'd you get that ice tray? Where'd you get that ice tray from?" Than people wanting to know how she made her boba. It was like they we don't care about your boba. What we care about is those ice cubes. We want that ice tray. And it made teeny tiny little squares. I mean, probably that size squares of ice, that size. Um, and it was like I was wanting that. It's like, if anybody wants to give me anything, could you find me that ice tray that makes those little squares? Cause it's perfect. It has the perfect surface area. So the surface area to the liquid, if you put that ice in it, all the liquid gets icy. Yeah, that part. Anyways. And then you know how when you take, y'all, why are we talking about ice? I don't know why we're talking about ice. Because I like ice water. Because I discovered that I live in the west end of. Anyways, um, you know when you take a bottle of water and you put it in the freezer and it gets just to freezing, just to freezing. It's not frozen yet. It's still liquid, but it's just to freezing. And when you take it and you shake it, take it out, you shake it, and it freezes to that soft frozen. Okay, enough of me and my ice shenanigans. But yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Ice shenanigans. But yeah, Sonic has the good ice. It's the right it has nooks and crannies in it. So there's more surface area. It's not smooth, so there's more surface area on it. So anything that you get there is super 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 cold. Yeah, that part. I think my oh I was like, what does that sound? I was like, I think something's going on with my computer. I forgot it's my backup is running. Do y'all back up back up? What is this? I don't even know. This is 2 terabytes backup drive. 2 terabyte backup drive. Do y'all back up? If you don't, you should. And let me tell you why. In November 2023, um, my other computer died. I bought it in 2009. What's that, 13 years? I had backup. When I got my new computer, I just put everything that was on the whole computer on the new one. I just found the ice cube maker on Amazing. My sister has one, a countertop ice maker. Not now she doesn't have the ice cube tray, the ones that make the little bitty cubes. She has a soft ice maker. Um, yeah. I have regular ice. I have regular ice trays in my freezer. I have an ice maker in there, but it stopped working right away. My refrigerator's 25 years old. Actually, it's older than that. It's about almost 30 years old. And it did have an ice maker that once worked. I don't know when it stopped working, but I just have regular ice trays in it. And that's what I use. Not regular ice trays. I have Rubbermaid ice trays. Not regular ones. I had some cheap dollar store ice trays. I threw them away and I went and got some Rubbermaid ones because they're better. But I did think about getting just a countertop ice maker because, um, yeah, that part. Yeah, that part. But I'm hungry, Mike. That's why. Yeah. I'm not gonna have grilled cheese for real, for real. I have one similar to that. Shape makes a difference. Some make cool excuse. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, but yeah, backups. If you guys aren't doing or aren't running backups, you should get you a backup drive. They don't cost that much. Um, get you a big one. Like I said, mine's 2 terabytes. It's big enough that I can run backups. I just have it set on a regular schedule. I run backups all the time, and then I also have. You just ate a grilled cheese because of Mike. I also have I don't even know where that thing is. I probably have shown it before, but I have a thing that lets me take photos off of my phone. Actually, I don't use it for photos. I use it for videos. All the videos that I make on my phone. I'm trying to look to see if I can see it right here. It's right here somewhere, but I don't see it. It might not be here. I might have actually put it up. But I have a little thing that you can plug into your phone, and take it off of your phone and put it onto a backup drive. So all of my videos are on my backup from my phone. I have a special folder for my phone on my videos, and I take it directly from my phone and put it on my backup drive. So if my phone dies tomorrow, I have every single one of my videos on the backup drive, and all the ones that everything that I upload to YouTube, I have a backup of it, because if YouTube decides tomorrow that they don't like me anymore and that they're not going to host my videos on that platform anymore, then I can switch to a different platform and upload my videos again, all of them, because I have them all backed up. And you never know what YouTube is going to decide. YouTube may decide that they don't like me and they may delete all of my stuff. The only thing that I don't have is the shorts. I don't have all of the shorts, because a lot of times I make those straight. I make them straight on YouTube. But at some point, I might go back and download all of them too. But yeah, I'm just saying that, just reminding people to back your stuff up, because it's better to have it and never need it than to need it and not have it, right? Better safe than sorry. But yeah, I have a 1 terabyte in my Samsung Galaxy Note. Yeah, when I switched phones, the last phone that I had, which was a 6, was a Galaxy. It wasn't a Note. It was the Galaxy. Um, it was a 6. It had a SD card in it, which was nice because I could put things on the card and move things from the card over to, back up other places. But my new phone didn't have a card in it, which made me mad, that it didn't have a card. I didn't know it. I didn't do enough research at the time, and because if I had done, I would have got one that had a card in it. But anyways, it's a S, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. Um, whatever it is. But speaking of which, I will tell you that story too. But that was okay. It's okay because I simply found a way to pull the information off the phone and put it on the backup drive. Anyways, and that's what I have. I have a thing. I want to show y'all. Hold on just a second. I want to show y'all. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know where it is. I think it's put away in the cabinet where it belongs. Is this it? This is it. Is it in the box? I don't know if it's in the box. Yeah, it is. Wow. It's here it is. There are other things that you can use. This is just the one I have. This is called. Can y'all see that? Card reader adapter. Is that reversed or can y'all read it? I can't tell. It's reversed for me, but I think y'all can read it. Anyways, card reader adapter. Um, Anyways, it has those slots, and it has an Apple. What is that called? Whatever. And it has a USB-C. And literally, you just plug it into your phone, and then you plug whatever you want to move it. You want over to into here. It has a USB right there. It has a SD, and it has a micro SD or whatever right there. And it plugs right into your phone. Once you plug it into your phone, all you have to do is drag and drop. Things over. Um, and they're cheap. It's like less than $10. And if you've got like the backup drive that I have, you can it's USB, so you can plug it directly into this, and you're good to go. And you can pull it straight from your phone and back up your stuff on your phone. Anyways, there you go. Card reader adapter. Anyways, I don't know how much it costs for real. It's less than $10, so I can tell you that. And lifesaver. It's a lifesaver. But once I've edited a video, it's going on the backup drive. I do have some raw footage saved as well, but I'm not so, yeah. Anyways, I do have some. I have a file with raw footage in it as well, but definitely once it's edited, it goes on the backup drive. So there's that. Um, and then the other thing is backing up to the cloud, which I don't do, but I know a lot of people do. Back up to the cloud, and it's a good thing too, because I mean backup drives break too. They're mechanical. They have moving parts. They can break down as well. So at some point you want to back up with your backup. So what do? You put it in the cloud, and that thing. There was something else I was going to say about backing up stuff. I forgot what it was. It'll come back to me later or not. But yeah, that thing is great for the phone. For backing up your phone. That it's I mean it's simple. It's easy to use. You don't have to hook it to a backup drive. You can hook it to a USB, a pen drive or whatever. But yeah, back up your information. Um, back up your information. I forgot what it was. It's bugging me that I forgot what I was gonna say. Gigi Junior said you had a grilled cheese sandwich. Now Mike had one. Now he's gonna make me have a grilled cheese sandwich too, because he had one. Make me have one. Um, anyways, those things are available. There's another thing out there that's similar to that now. I forget what it's called, but it's very similar to that. That for backing up stuff off of your phone. So if you go to Amazon and you look for um, a backup for your phone or a card reader for your phone or whatever, um, you'll probably see whatever the newer thing is. I've had that for at least a year, maybe longer, and so I know that um, there's some new technology out there now about it. But yeah, and you can also, well, I won't say that, but yeah, You can also encrypt your stuff too if you're worried about, having stuff on the file, stuff on your backup drive that has potential um, PP PPI, personal protected information, or anything like that. You can encrypt it if you want to. Um, I do have a couple of files on my computer that they're not encrypted, but they are password protected. Um, so even though they're backed up regularly, if you don't have the password, you can't open a file. Um, so even if I were to lose the hard drive, um, people know someone could get access to it. I mean, it's not something that they couldn't get access to, but it would be difficult. They'd have to really have to work hard at it. And let me just tell you about encryption. Um, my brother, my brother passed away a few years ago, and he all of his work was electronic work, and yeah, he encrypted all of his information. So it's kind of interesting because um, the let me put it this way: the German government hasn't released his any of his intellectual property to the family, but they also don't have any access to it because it's all encrypted. and, and it's like, why won't you just release it to us? It's like you could just release it to us, but it's one of those things they won't. And that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird in a way that they want to hold on to something that has no value to them whatsoever. Because I mean, they probably could find somebody who could hack it eventually, but he was serious about his intellectual property, and so yeah, not. um, it'll be a while before they get at it, if ever. And it's not worth it. That's the other thing. They don't know that it's worth, whether it's or not, it's worth them paying the money to get to it. But they won't release it either. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. But yeah. I gotta figure that out too. There's so many things I want to do, y'all. When I started thinking about all the things I want to do, and I started thinking about um, getting myself together to get stuff done. I suffer from inertia. Do y'all suffer from inertia? I suffer from inertia. Y'all know what inertia is. An object remains in the state that it's in unless acted upon by a force. So an object at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by a force. An object that's moving will remain moving unless acted upon by a force. It remains in whatever state it's in. And GT Jr. says, what is that? What is what, GT Jr.? This thing? Card reader adapter? It has a cable that will hook into the bottom of your phone, depending on what kind of phone you have. If you have a Samsung, it'll hook into the bottom. And if you have a Apple iPhone, it will hook into the bottom. I'm trying to show you guys. Oh, the word inertia. And then you can hook up your backup drive to it. Yeah, inertia. I suffer from that. I can't, sometimes I just can't get going. It's like, dude, move. What is it? What will it take to move you, get you moving? And the thing of it is once I get going, I'm good. Once I get moving, I'm good. Once I get going, once I get started, I'm good. But if I get started on something and then I stop, ooh, getting back to it is hard. It's difficult. And if I don't get started, getting started is just hard. And I don't know. I really suffer from that. I really, really, really suffer from that. And so when I start thinking about all the things that I want to do, it's like, sure would be nice, but yeah, like tomorrow, for example. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and I need to make 2 phone calls tomorrow. Okay, and I've got it written down. I need to make 2 phone calls tomorrow, and I need to go up to CVS because I need to get my meds so I have enough medication for when I take my trip. Right? Need to make sure I have enough medication so when I take my trip. So I need to go tomorrow so that we can work through whatever we got to work through to get them to refill it so I don't run out on my trip. Okay, that part. Whether it means, they can't fill it now unless I do thus and so, then I got to call the doctor. Okay, I'll call the doctor. They can't fill it because it's too soon. Then can I get 5 pills? Whatever I have to do. So I have to do whatever I have to do to get enough pills to last for my trip. But I know what's going to happen in the morning. In the morning when I wake up, actually, I'm not going to wake up in the morning. It's going to be probably about noon when I wake up. When I wake up, I'm going to go, I don't feel like going. I don't feel like getting dressed. I don't feel like going out of the house. It's raining. I'll wait till after rain. And it's going to be 4 o'clock. And I'm going to be like, oh, if you don't get out of this house right now, you're not going to get this done. And then you're not going to have what you need to go on the trip. Anyways, it's going to be like pulling teeth to get me moving tomorrow. And I know this. I know this about myself, which is why, y'all, I have to prepare myself. So I set 3 alarms to wake me up so I can get up before noon. I'm going to wake up before noon. I'm going to wake up at 4. I wake up at 4 every morning. I wake up at 4. I go to the bathroom and I go, should I lay back down or should I stay up? But I'm going to lay down again and I'm going to get up again about 8:30 because I usually get up about 8. I go up at 4. I get up at 8:30. And I'm going to go. I'm going to have to set a time for myself. I'll have an alarm set that says, leave now. Leave now. So I'm going to go. But anyways. And then I've got to make 2 phone calls tomorrow. 2 phone calls tomorrow. And I got to get them done tomorrow. If I don't get it done, I don't have to get it done tomorrow. I've got 2 weeks. And this is the thing. I've got a 2-week period that I can do all of these things, but I need to start working on it tomorrow so that when 2 weeks come up, it will be done. Do y'all struggle with that? Do y'all live on the struggle bus like I do when it comes to that? Because I do. I just live on the struggle bus when it comes to getting stuff done. And I was go, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, and this. And it's like, yeah, let's just take a nap. Anyways, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal, and no human or animals were hurt during the making of this show. That's my disclaimer. No humans or animals were hurt during the making of this show. There might have been some plants that were hurt, but no humans or animals maybe some mosquitoes. Now, I might have heard a mosquito or two, but that's all. But it's funny. It's not funny, but it's just part of it. It is simply just part of it. And it's like, why do you have to go through this every day? But the funny thing about it is, even when I was working, it was the same way. And so I would get up in the morning, and this is when the kids were here. I would get up in the morning, I would get the kids up and ready. I would cook breakfast, I would pack lunches, I would get them ready, and I would take them to school because my kids didn't ride the bus. They got dropped off at school almost their entire life. They might have ridden the bus probably maybe no more than 50 times altogether. Um, but I would get them to school. And somehow or another, I would get myself dressed and I would get myself to work. But every morning it was, oh, I gotta get up right now or we're gonna be late. I gotta get up right now or we're gonna be late. Every single day for 37 years. I got to get up right now or I'm going to be late. You know what? I'm just going to be late. Let me call in. It's like, I'm going to be late. Let me call in. I'm going to be late. Let me call in. And eventually, when I started, it's so funny. When I started working here in Alabama, the starting time was 7:30. Oh my God. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way I can be up and ready to go ready at work at 7:30. And my boss and I sat down and I was like, look, I cannot be here at 7:30. And we had a meeting like at 8 o'clock. 7:30 we were at work, 8 o'clock we had a meeting. Every Monday morning, 8 o'clock we had a meeting. And I was like, okay. And I would get to work on time and I would be there at the meeting and I would be like this. I have my book, I have my pen, and I would be like this. And at the end of the meeting, I would go to my desk. And then about 1 o'clock, I would go, oh, oh, no. And then I would go to my boss's office and I would say, this morning in the meeting, so and so said this and this. That's not right. We can't do that because 36 CFR 214 says this, or 49 US code says this, or blah, blah, blah. And so I would start quoting the regulations about why we couldn't do what we said we were going to do, or what the handbook, 1950.295 says, da, 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 da. I would be quoting the regulations on why this was not right, why we couldn't do this, da, 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 da. And he was like, why didn't you say that in the meeting this morning? I was like, I was asleep. I would say it, literally, I would say, I was asleep. He was like, but you were taking notes. I'm like, and I was present and I was taking notes, but my brain was not fully functioning. I could take notes without my brain fully engaging. When my brain kicked in and figured out what I had heard and what I had written down, then I could go back and process it and say, oh no, the regs say this, the regs say that. And it happened on a regular basis. I mean, regular. I was there. I had my notebook. I had my pencil. I ain't say nothing to nobody. They say good morning. I say, I have a cup of coffee. I would be drinking my coffee and I would be writing notes. And then later in the day, I would meet with a person, whoever had been in that meeting, and we would talk about those things. And they were like, why didn't you say something? I'm like, look, y'all know I don't function before 10 o'clock. I just don't function before. Finally, my boss is like, look, we're going to change your schedule. And so they changed my schedule so I didn't have to come in until 9. And we changed our meeting from 8 to 1. So I came in at 9. I did what I had to do for the morning. And then they changed the meeting to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I could participate in the meeting. My brain is just not going that early in the morning. I'm like, if I had to be there, I was there. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was so bad that people would call me on the phone. They would call me and they would go, I know it's not after 10, but I have a question for you. Can And I'm like, you don't have to apologize for calling me before 10 in the morning. Just ask the question. I may not be able to answer it right now, but I will get an answer. I'm like, okay, I'm writing it. Look, I don't know what the answer is right now, but I'll get back to you before the end of the day. Okay. And that was standard. I rarely would answer anybody's off the top of my head because who am I? I'm nobody. I just work here, right? So when even if I know the answer off the top of my head, I never would answer them off the top of my head. What I would do is I would write down what I thought the answer was, and then I would go to the book. That's what I was known for. I was the person in the book. I would go to the book and I would find the regulation that supported the answer. And then when I answer them, I would say, look, go to the book. Here it is on this page of the book. And this is the answer to your question. Da, 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 da. Even if I knew the answer, if I couldn't tell you where it was in the book, or if I wasn't sure the reference, I would make sure I would verify the reference before I would give the answer. So I never would answer right off the top of my head. But what happens when you do that is that people know that you're just not shooting BS to them, and that you're not making up stuff on the fly. You're simply showing them the regulations say this, the regulations say this. This is the answer to your question. So I became known as the person who to go to if you want to know what the books say, you want to know what the rules say, you know what the regulations say, you want to know what our policy is. Then come ask me, because that's what I'm going to tell you. But if you ask me before 10 in the morning, chances are you're not going to get an answer until in the afternoon. But the answer was going to be good, but it was going to come in the afternoon. It's like I will get back to you before before the close of business. And then the other thing people would do, because they knew me, they would call me after 5. Even though our office shut down at 4:30, they would call me after 5 because they knew I was going to be in the office until 6:30, whatever. If I had to pick up the kids, I'd be there until 5:30. If I didn't have to pick up the kids, I'd be there 6:30 or 7. And they would call, the phone would ring, and it's like they would call directly to my desk. They didn't go through the switchboard. They would call directly to my desk because they knew that I was there, and I would, whatever they needed, I was going to be able to get it to them, just like that. But yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm a night owl for sure. My energy level gets higher as the day goes on, but in the morning I am not good for nothing. Nothing at all. And my kids would even go, shh, shh, don't talk too loud. They're like, shh, don't talk too loud. It's like, I love you, Mom. But quietly. They love me quietly in the morning. And the funny thing is now they will call me or text me anytime, day or night. Um, but if they don't want to answer, if they want me to engage with them, they're gonna call me at night. I definitely live on the struggle bus, plane and train. I think it's I think it's I think it's interesting. I think I was lucky. I was really, really lucky in my career, and that we had what they call flex time, because it enabled me to work when I had the energy to work, and there were times when I had to be at 8 a.m. meetings. Um, when we used to have 8 a.m. meetings all the time. Um, but yeah, um, it was I was lucky enough that, I was able to schedule things and get around that a lot of the time. When I had to do it, I just had to do it. And you know what I did? A lot of times this is crazy. I know it's crazy, but instead of waking up and being less than um functional, a lot of times I would take a nap. Um, I would take a nap and then I would get up like at 3. Say I'm gonna get up at 3 in the morning so that when 8 o'clock rolls around, I've been up for a few hours and I'm functional. And it's like, yeah, I can't wake up at I can't wake up at 5:30 and 6 and be functional at 8. I need to wake up at 3 or 3:30 to be functional at 8. And so yeah, I was talking to my wife for putting the chickens away. Oh, you and those chickens. I love the way you take care of the girls. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. um, um, because I have got things I have got to do tomorrow. And I know that anyways, I'm gonna get off of here. But anyways, it was fun. Thank you guys for coming to spend some time with me. I appreciate it. And I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm gonna try to be here next week. But I got a lot going on next week. So but I'm gonna try to be here next week, Monday night, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we can we'll talk about whatever comes up. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a good week. Bye, y'all.